And it is my honor today to lead you through our 10:10 pre-service meditation. So please take a moment to get comfortable in your seat or lying down and cross your legs, sit up straight. If you're lying down, stretch your limbs out and straighten your spine. Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable. Rest your feet flat on the floor if you're sitting up, and you may allow your hands to rest in your lap, either palms facing up to feel open and allowing, or facing down to feel more grounded. You can also face one palm up and one palm down. And now we receive a breath in, taking that cleansing clean air deep into your belly and throughout your body. Deeper and deeper, truly a deep receiving of the air, then pausing at the top before fully exhaling, allowing all of that air to purposefully relieve and release from your body. Let's do this 3 times to become fully present in this moment. At your own pace, receiving that deep cleansing breath and releasing it. As we take this moment for ourselves, as we become fully present, as we focus on our breath, we give ourselves the gift of time, the gift of connection, and the gift of just being. So as you settle into this space, breathing in, breathing out, take a moment to scan your body, your physical being, and notice anything that's noticeable. What do you feel? Is there any tightness? Is there a feeling of lightness? Is there pain? Is there any other sensations that you notice? We don't necessarily need to judge them or try to change them. We just take this moment of awareness and checking in with our body temples. And as you scan through and notice and become aware of the body, now take a moment to do an emotional scan. Check in with your emotions in this moment. How are you feeling? Again, we're not here to judge it, just to see it, to witness it, to become aware. And we know that there are often messages that are coming to us through our body, through our emotions, but we're often too busy to pay attention. So now is your time to listen to what your body and your emotions are saying to you. Receive the wisdom. Hear, acknowledge. And now bring yourself to a place of calm and peace. Visualize this in your mind's eye. It can be a place in nature, the side of the ocean, on the shore, waves crashing, sand between your toes. It can be a wide meadow with grass and wildflowers gently swaying in the breeze. You may be under a large oak tree, or perhaps you climbed up in it. Perhaps you're in your own backyard in a comfortable chair, just being. Or perhaps you are in your home, in a meditation space, in a comfy couch, any place that feels calming and peaceful to you. Now allow your senses to fully immerse themselves in this place, seeing all the details, the colors, what's around you, smelling the smells, and feeling the sensations, like the sand in your toes or the grass under bare feet, perhaps the rough bark of the tree, the soft cushion of your couch. Whatever the sensation is, notice it, feel it, immerse yourself in it, and in this place where you go mentally right now. Now allow yourself to just be. If any thoughts or to-do lists or ideas try to pop into your head, that's okay. Just release them, set them down. Don't judge yourself. Our minds are meant to be busy, and they are very good at thinking. But right now, we're just being. And so as those thoughts creep in, just release them. Lay them down, knowing that you can choose to pick them up later. And just be in your space. Allow the openness in your mind. Allow space for spirit. Allow calm and rest. Enjoy your meditation. And now, staying in this calm state of being, let us turn to treatment before we come out of our meditation. Knowing that there is one presence, one source, one energy that flows in, as, and through each and every one of us, guiding us, lifting us, holding us, supporting us, and bringing us each and everything we need to live our highest purpose, just when we need it. We have only to turn to this source, to spirit, to God, to the universe, to nature, to love, whatever you call it. We turn to it and find that it has been here all along, just waiting to give us our heart's desire. And so we can joyfully receive that, saying yes and receiving in great gratitude. It is God or Spirit's purpose to give us all that we need, all that we desire, so that we can fulfill our purpose on the planet. We are the hands and feet of Spirit, and we are here to live our purpose and to connect and to bring our light and our love to the planet. So I know that today and every day we do this so perfectly. We look deep into the eyes of others and we see the divinity in them, and we share the divinity in us, and we lift the energy and vibration of the planet. I'm so grateful for this truth. I am grateful for the Amani Center that gives us these teachings and gives us a place to come together in community to practice it. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who tune in and who are here with me now and with me always in spirit. I release my word into the law. I know that just as I speak it, it unfolds, it manifests. It can only do so. And so I let it be, and together we say, and so it is.
We can Gently returning from being washed with the sound of the gong and immersed in the vibration of creation. Are we ready to get this beautiful Sunday service started? Then we're ready to let Ascension bring us in.
All the colors of the rainbow, all the voices in the wind, every dream that reaches out, every dream that reaches out. Good morning. Every word of every story, every star in every sky, every corner of creation lives to testify. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify love. From the mountains to the valley, from the rivers to the sea, every hand that reaches out, and every hand that reaches out to offer peace, every simple act of mercy, every step the kingdom comes, all the hope in every heart speaks what love has done. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love, be a witness in the silence when words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify. I will testify to love. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. I'll be a witness in the silence when words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. I'll be a witness in the silence when words are not enough. With every breath I take, I give thanks to God within. For as long as I shall live, I will testify. I will testify to love.
Woohoo! Thank you so much. I love that opening song. Gets you going, and it gets you to remember the truth, right? Testifying to love, and it's all love. So welcome to the Amani Center, to this great Sunday service. This theme this month is Yes to Joy, liberating our inner child. And that's a big one. How often do we play and really understand that that's also spirit moving through us, being silly or whatever? And so we have the silliest, and he's going to be speaking for us today.
You resemble that.
So that ought to be fun. He always brings a personal example to demonstrate the truth. So thank you, Mitch, for being here today. So just a little bit about us, our vision statement. Why don't we say this all together? Maybe stand for a moment, really emote the saying. So our vision statement is, we are an inclusive spiritual community dedicated to raising consciousness and transforming lives. And so it is. And that's a huge transforming lives. How we do that, well, we'll have some announcements in a minute on how we participate together. But classes and the Sunday service, being in service, showing up on Sunday, like our sound team and Ascension. That's how they give of their joy and our service to the center. And the music raises our consciousness, doesn't it? It just gets right to our heart and it lifts us up. So Is there anybody that's here today for the first time? Hi, sweetie, what's your name? Denise. Did somebody special bring you today? Thank you. Good job. Nice. Oh, that's really special. Yeah, it's nice to have neighbors, you know, and that are like minded in a way that everybody's just watching out for each other and uplifting each other. So thank you so much for being here. That's amazing. Nice job. Anyway, we have some information. I know there's at least a trifold brochure. Let's see, I think you have one. Okay. You could also speak to any one of us after service and see what else we have to offer or answer any questions for you. So great to have you here. Anybody else out there in the streaming world, if you're here for the first time, just email us at theamanicenter.org. That's our website. There's a way to connect with us, get your questions answered, and however we may be of service. So another few ways that we can do this is, to me, the most important thing that we do here are our classes. And they do have an accreditation. We're accredited through Emerson Institute. And one of our 4-year programs is practitioner of religious science. And what that is an affirmative prayer, just knowing the truth of you. So if you have a challenge, something that you're trying to move away from, or something that you're trying to manifest and bring into your lives, take advantage of this. We have offering you complimentary affirmative prayer or treatment. And there's also the possibility, if you wanted it long term, we can set you up with a practitioner to pray with you long term and help you move through what it is you're moving through. So the phone number, again, admin at theamanicenter.org or 530-677-2300, and I'll get that scheduled. But that's my gift. There's Tammy. There's several practitioners here. That's what we do. And we've taken classes to do that, and we'll tell you a little bit more about those guys in just a minute. Let's see, what else do we have going on? The announcements. Here we are. Here's the ways you can participate in the center. One, come to Sunday service. I mean, we have a nice arrangement of speakers. Reverend Sherry is so powerful. Reverend Pixie is so steeped in religious science and speaks it so clearly. Mitch, I was just giving you a hard time about being silly, but he really does bring some great examples so that you feel like, oh, your life, my life, they're the same. This is how we can use spirituality to move through our lives, any challenge. And then we have a few guest speakers, Reverend Donna Apidoni, and then Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, and special musician Amy Bishop. Oh, cool. Oh, okay, I'm already there. Wow. Awesome. Thank you for that. So we do try to bring not only the people that the ministerial council, Mitch is an intern ministerial candidate. He's going to get there very soon. Bring these people to speak here at our center. So join us Sunday service. Lots of twinkly lights. That's pretty. Hey, our new website. Has anybody checked that out? Yeah, I did the other day, and you know what's on there? Besides all of our events that we're going to talk about right now, there's 3 recorded meditations, 10-minute meditations. You could just sit down with it, turn it on, and have a really nice meditation. I thought that was awesome, and it's right up on the front page. So take advantage of that. So anyway, that's amanicenter.org. Check it out. There's practitioners on there, ways to contact a practitioner for prayer. And all these fun events, you could sign up for them on the website. So we have the patio hang, and I understand this is getting very popular, just to hang out on a Friday evening with your pals, with like-minded people, to just have a really nice. I've heard that from several people that, are you coming to it's a lot of fun. So Friday, August 27th from 6 to 8. Please join us. And this is really cool opportunity for our teens. Hands and Hooves teen event. Amani Center is participating with this nonprofit organization that has the teens riding horses and understanding. I mean, they're magnificent animals, and they have a whole program that's dedicated to the teens, learning confidence, learning connectedness with these amazing animals. So if you want to be signed up for this, your teen, it's in September 25th from 10 to 4. You can sign up on our website, okay? Take advantage of this. Or if you know some other teens that would really benefit from this, this is a great, especially the fact that it's free. That's really amazing. Rise and speak. I would like Mitch to speak to this.
Shall rise and I shall speak. Hopefully, oh, good, you can hear me now. Gosh, this program came to me back in 2015, no, 14. And it took me 4 years to actually do it. You ever get the call, the vision, and you're like, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then I finally did it, and the class filled up. And each day I was creating the class as we went, and at the end, people told me that this experience through Rise and Speak, looking at your life, seeing how your mess is your message, and really gleaning what the lesson and blessing was some of the most powerful work they've ever done on their spiritual journey. And one of them was a longtime practitioner. We're going to do this coming in September. I think we're about half full. Is that right? Okay, so I only take 9 people, and I'm yours for the whole 8 weeks. You call me and you need to work on your message, or you're feeling scared, or you don't think you can get up and deliver, I'm going to hold your hand the whole way. And so I hope that either you can be in the class or come to the performance night and support these amazing stories of love, hope, and inspiration. I hope you'll to see you there.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch, for that. We go over that. Actually, I was just thinking during the practitioner program, that would be a great kind of come in and do a short class with them on that. We practice presiding over the order of service, getting comfortable doing a prayer over the microphone in front of Sunday service. But we especially did it in the ministerial track, and each minister had to do a whole speaking program, class, and then present to the fellowship. You know, they had to come up with a kind of like a Sunday talk. So it's very powerful, and it's very empowering when you get through it. So thank you, Mitch. That's really a great blessing. So here's the Circle of Light. We're meeting today, the practitioners. We meet once a month, but we have something very special coming up. We have a group of practitioners that are getting ready to finally get their certificate. It's only been put off a year because of COVID, so we thought we better get them their certificate. They're doing all the work. They're showing up. So we're meeting today to start planning that graduation ceremony. And yay, yes, I'm excited. It's about time. I've had their certificates ready for like ever. And we're going to do a dedication for the Amani Center. I mean, we've been in this building for a while, but then COVID, and then just things were happening, and we had to postpone it. So now we're going to bless this space and bless the practitioners that have shown up to be of service in this space. So we're meeting today at 12:30 via Zoom, and now it's my pleasure to bless this service. While we're going into this blessing, just a couple of things as well. The center has hired Mitch Austin as center director. 10 hours a month is what the board feels like they can responsibly budget for right now. We would like to hire him for a little longer, 20 hours a month. Marcy, who's one of the practitioners, center director, center everything, has held this place together for a long time. She could use a break, and she could use some assistance. So I know so many of you show up to do service, but sometimes we need a paid person to come in. There's so much that happens behind the scenes. So when we do the joyous time of giving later on today, remember that. Remember that this center only has its doors open because of you. So please consider that when you do your tithes and offerings today. And secondly, over the weekend, one of our beautiful members passed, Bill Clark. A lot of us have been on call all weekend, just prayer work. Several ministers showed up, practitioners. Hold him in your prayers today, knowing that he's just on another amazing journey. And hold the family who's had to go through this difficult time. Hold them in your hearts, sending comfort to the family, please. So now let's go inward and bless this service, bless this time together. This beautiful Amani Center that's steeped in divine wisdom. That the divine is right here, right now, in this room, right where we sit, in each one of us. And has called us here today in communion with one another. So knowing this, I know every word spoken is a blessing. It lifts us up exactly what we need to hear, exactly what we need to incorporate into our lives. And I know that that is the truth of each of us. So we bless this center. We bless each person that is in service to this center, to our speaker, to our musicians, to our sound crew, to the greeters, to each one of us for showing up and being in communion, being a reflection of the divine. You are the face of God. And I'm so grateful that you're here today. And so we allow Spirit to move easily and effortlessly through us. So we bless this service and we bless each other. And we release this knowing it is the truth. And we send Bill on his loving way, totally immersed in the divine and holding the family with prayers of comfort. They have the tools and they know the truth. And we fill them with light and love. And we say together, and so it is. So now it's my honor to bring our practitioner to do our affirmation. Look, it's Kathy Wilson. Yay!
Well, most of you know me, but I am Kathy Wilson, practitioner of the day. Yay! We're going to do the affirmation 3 times. The first time with enthusiasm. Yes. The second time, quietly. Bring it into your heart, bring it into your mind. Really feel these words. The third time, please be silent and I will speak it out loud. Let us begin. I know that believing is seeing. Today I am committed to looking beyond the headlines and news, knowing the good that exists in all people, even those I passionately disagree with. Wow. That's a lot. Okay, and this wonderful thing comes from Mitch Austin. The second time, bring it into your heart, bring it into your mind. I know that believing is seeing. Today I am committed to looking beyond the headlines and news, stories, knowing the good that exists in all people, even those I passionately disagree with. I know that believing is seeing. Today, I am committed to looking beyond the headlines and news, stories, and knowing the good that exists in all people, even those I passionately disagree with. Thank you, Mitch. And so it is. Oops, did I forget something? Okay. We're going to do another song by Ascension, according to the schedule. Holy smokes. Right? Yeah.
star, a piece of it all. He is light. He is light.
And in this sacred space, let us prepare for our meditation. Putting your feet firmly on the ground, getting comfortable, releasing any thoughts that are running through your mind. Doing a quick body scan, releasing any tension in your body. And then going deep, deep to that sacred, holy place within each and every one of us. We are the divine lights manifesting what is God-given, divinely directed and provided for. I encourage you to stay in that sacred place and possibly ask yourself a question. What do I need to do to be that light? Enjoy your meditation. You are surrounded by the healing energy of spirit. And in that healing energy, bring to mind someone who needs healing, a situation, a condition, possibly physical, possibly mental. It could be yourself. Whoever and whatever is being called right here, right now for healing. Bring that into your heart, into your soul. Connect it with spirit and feel it. Feel the love, the compassion, the wisdom. See yourself as that person's light. See yourself as that light. Enjoy. Go deep. In this universe, we are surrounded by the love, unconditional love. The power, the presence of spirit is within each and every one of us. It is always here. It is always for you. All you need to do is call upon it by connecting. connecting to your source, connecting to that energy, knowing that you are guided and directed to the highest and best good in any circumstance, any situation, any physical situation, even though the appearance may not always match that. Just know that you are powerful. With that connection, all things are available to you by your birthright as the one mind, one soul. Supports, loves, and directs. And I am so grateful for this. My heart is filled with thanksgiving and gratitude. I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is always so. And together we say, and so it is. Another wonderful song by Ascension.
Billions live their lives. Now Muhammad, Krishna, or Buddha are the way. Some believe it's right to say in the name of Jesus when you pray. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, and it all comes down to one. Some say God's a him. Still many believe that he is a her. Does God live in our hearts? Or is she somewhere out there in the universe? We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions, but it all comes down to one. How far will we go before we have to learn the lesson? Gandhi was a Hindu, Martin Luther King a Christian. Regardless of religion, we knew love was the mission. And it all comes down to one. Is there no God at all? Or a pantheon of gods in the sky? We can heal our broken hearts if we give up the desire to be right. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions. And we all want the same things. Health, love, prosperity, and peace. Tolerance is the seed, and the gift of pure acceptance is a tree. We are a human kind of 7 billion. So many different races and religions. It all comes down to one. Whether you are red or brown, yellow, black or white, a man with a husband or a woman with a wife, we can debate until the end of time who's wrong or right. So many different races and religions, but it all comes down to one. Can I just say that? I mean, seriously.
Very good, you guys. I know. No, that was beautiful, and a beautiful song too. Thank you guys so much. Yes, yes, yes. So what a treat, you know. Well, the Ascension with the slide that was up there, it says music is the thing. It is the thing that kind of gets us going. And then Mitch is the one that gets us working, gets us moving, and applying it into our lives. And honestly, that's what I really appreciate about the message that you bring is that you give us examples, and you've applied it to your life and the things that you've learned, and that just makes it's more digestible for us to go, oh, okay, you know what, I can do that. And maybe next time when I'm in a situation, I choose to handle it differently. So thank you for that. So anyway, I'll let Mitch come up and speak and give us a great lesson on this Sunday. Please welcome Mitch Austin.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 months. 2 months, I know. Feels like 7 or 8. So grateful to be here this morning. The Amani Center. And welcome, our visitor. Welcome. So glad you're here. So glad that the new people, anyone who's new online, the Amani Center, you're at the Love Center, by the way. That's our highest principle here. And Amani means love. And, you know, sometimes on the continuum of a higher power or God, everyone's kind of in a different space. Is there a God? Isn't there a God? What does he or she look like? Is it a thing? Is it an energy? And we're all on this journey to answer the question for ourselves. And as we do it, we extend love to one another here. So that's kind of what we do at Amani. I also want to encourage everyone to come to the patio hang. I think it should be renamed to the not so spiritual patio hang. Because we let our humans out to play. And it's a good time. And I'll be there, by the way. I may even tell a couple jokes. I may. I don't know. I might feel like doing that. I do want to take this moment and thank the board for extending me the position of part-time center director. It is actually 10 hours a week. And we're kind of stepping out. We're living principle, right? So we're knowing that the resources to support this are now coming in, right, as I'm speaking, and that we'll continue to grow this position so that we can grow our children's church. I'm really focused on that. And teens, if you're out there, you know a teen, you got a teen. Maybe you have a teenage heart and you want to support teens, come see me, because we're going to make that happen. It's going to be very powerful. Before I drop in today's message, I do want to just call everyone in your hearts to extend love and healing to the Haitian people who have suffered a tremendous loss, a very big earthquake there. I think over 300 have died as a result of this tragedy. And so I just want us to keep high in our hearts, knowing that every matter of help, resource, support, love, kindness, grace is flowing in to the country of Haiti to lift the hearts, to heal what needs to be healed, and to restore what needs to be restored. Yes? Yeah. Amen. Thank you so much. So Spirit and I have been arguing all morning. And it's probably why I forgot my glasses. So, you know, you're all just kind of fuzzy to me. You know, if you're smiling, I wouldn't know. Well, you have masks on. If I can't see you, it's all okay. So, but we've been arguing all morning. So this is what we've been arguing about. My little mini message before my big message, you know, sometimes those things slip in. I call them a God shot or divine download. And here it is. I'm going to tell it. You win. Here it is. You know, as spiritual people, living a human experience, we oftentimes see the good and always want to believe the good. And that's a wonderful thing to do. But some of us in our journey, our human side shows, right? And sometimes we slip out patterns of being or character, and they end up hurting us, right? So what do we do with that? Well, here's what I want to say. When people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. When they show that human side, that character defect, believe them, right? It's hard because sometimes as spiritual people, we just want to believe. They won't do it again. It'll get better. Recently I had a friend betray me. But I take full responsibility. I saw the signs. I saw the patterns. But that won't happen to me. We're good friends. And guess what? It did. And then we go and we do our forgiveness work, right? And we get rid of that lower energy, that wound, that whatever's going on, so we can remain light in our journey. And then sometimes they want to try and come back, right? Sometimes, this friend's like, hey, want to have dinner? Let's talk. Oh, and I'm inviting your best friends and we're going to your favorite restaurant. Right, manipulating, coercion. They're showing you who they are again, right? Let's not fall for that. You release them in love, you bless them, and you go along your journey. Now, people do change, and that's fine. But have them demonstrate that, right? Because we're not spiritual doormats. Just because we're spiritual. Turn to a friend, say, you're not a spiritual doormat. Turn to somebody, you're not a spiritual doormat. No, we don't do that here. We walk the talk, and we hold people accountable to their highest self and expression. So that was the God shot. Now we get into the real message, but that was a good message. I know I need it, because I'm like Charlie Brown, Lucy in the football. Okay, she's going to hold it. Nope. She's going to hold it. Nope. And it just keeps happening over and over again. So I know that this is work that I'm doing as well. So I want you to remember a time when you were in need and somebody just showed up to help you. Like maybe you got out to your car, that battery was dead, somebody's coming over with jumper cables, or maybe you ran out of cash, you were $1 short, and somebody's like, can people kind of remember a time of that? And how it made you feel inside, this expanded sense of not being alone, that people are good and that they're here for you. I'm addicted to TikTok. Anybody? I'm confessing, it's church, good place to confess. And I came across this amazing TikTok video. So TikTok has made Amani, and we're going to show it right now. This is Neil Ford's story about a time when some strangers came to his aid. And now we have a class in lip reading. Anyone? Anyone? Nobody? Okay. "1969. I was 3 years old. I just dated myself. There we go. I love it. I'm 54. I'm proud. I can't wait for 55. Yes? It just keeps getting better. Probably because I learned so many lessons. Oh, which plug? The plug's the plug. And what I love about this story that Neil's going to share with us here in a second is he recounts a story from his childhood and how this story, now he was a kid. Now look at this man, he's not a kid anymore. And he tells this story with such vividness. And when I came across it, it just pulled at my heart. And I could not keep watching it. I kept watching it, I kept watching it. Because something was pulling me into this story and this message on a deeper level. And then I knew I had to base today's talk on this message. We're going to do a mic? Okay, cool. There we go. See? Creativity. That's a God power, by the way. It's kind of God's duct tape, right? It's just creativity. Just fix it somehow. Creativity. A little baling wire, duct tape. We can do it. You can do it. I threw this at Steve last second, by the way, so Thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Because we don't have enough challenges. Bring me some more. Double serving of it. Well, I could tell a joke. Oh, there's so many good ones. Who listens to Joel Osteen? I know all his jokes. They're the best. Some of them I'm a little, I don't know about the cop one and the wife. A lot of wife jokes. I love this one, though. The minister decides to play hooky on a Sunday and go golfing, right? So he goes golfing. He's got a long hole, right? He hits it, and it goes up into the air, and it falls down, and it hits a branch, then it rolls off to the side, and then the wind blows it over the green, and then a squirrel comes by and knocks it in the hole, and he gets a hole in one. A hole in one. And the angel is up there talking to God going, why did you do that? And God tells the angel, well, who's he going to tell? I thought that was a good one. I always love that one. We're ready. Here we go.
People think we're more divided as a country now than we've been in a long time. I know it can seem that way, but when I was a little kid in 1969, the Vietnam War was tearing the country apart. And they'd shot John F. Kennedy, and they'd shot Bobby Kennedy. They'd shot Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And there was the Manson family and the Zodiac killer, and it just felt like the whole country had lost its mind. My father had grown up in the Depression, well, his faith in humanity was just at a low ebb. And the two of us that June were driving from LA to Oakland in an old 1960 Oldsmobile, and the water pump blew out south of Bakersfield. And so this was long before cell phones, so we were we were going to have to hoof it like 9 or 10 miles into town, when this young cowboy pulls up in a flatbed and offers to tow us in. All my dad had on him for money was this old Chevron gas card, so he kept telling this young fellow, I can't pay you. And the young cowboy's looking at him like, yeah, I wasn't going to charge you. So he rolls us into town, and this is a Sunday, so nothing's open. So he has to go get his mechanic friend to open up his garage, and my dad says, hey, listen, I don't have any money. And the mechanic says, we'll work something out. And then they all realize they don't have the actual parts, so now they got to go roust out the local auto parts store owner, and they bring him down. And my father's like, okay, we need to talk about how this is all going to get settled, because he just couldn't imagine anybody being this trusting about the money. So the cowboy says, look at it and make it feel better. I got a bunch of watermelons I need to get loaded onto my flatbed, and it's pretty hot work, and if you help me out, I'll pay for the part. So next thing you know, we're all unloading watermelons from inside a rail car. That's about 140 degrees. And 90 minutes later, we are soaked in sweat. And up rolls the car, just running like a top. And my dad says, I really don't know how to thank you, fellas, and for this good turn. And we're turning to go, and the mechanic gets this look on his face and says, whoa, where do you think you're going? And you could see on my father's face just all the fear and distrust come to the surface. He's stiffened like a leopard. And the mechanic says, no. My wife's going to make us all Sunday dinner, and you and the boy can get a shower and a clean shirt, and it'll make the drive easier for all of us. So we sat down for a dinner of fried chicken from the chicken right over there, and corn on the cob from the corn right over there. Man, I got to tell you, I we'll never have a meal that good ever again. And my dad didn't say maybe 3 words the whole drive, but when we got home, I got into bed, I was just about to turn off the light, and he stops in the doorway and he says to me, no matter what you see in the movies or on TV or you read in the papers, you listen to me. That's how people really are. And about a month later, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. So, keep the faith.
Keep the faith. Keep the faith. That's how people really are. And I watched this video, didn't it just grab you? I said, there's something here I need to look at. And I played it again. And I thought, what is grabbing me? What is pulling me right now? And what came to the surface as I started to think about this video, it's that ordinary people were showing up in extraordinary ways and activating a dormant faith in the Father to believe again. in the goodness of people. Those people, the mechanic, the cowboy, the shop owner, they were all part of faith activation within this Father. And that's the power of what we can do when we extend kindness to people. And we need it now more than ever. Yes, the headlines are ugly. Everyone's getting judged. Anti-vaxxers, then it was Trumpers, and then it was, what's Antifa? I don't even know what that is. Like, the narrative is constantly fearful, divisive, and the they and them. For every one positive news story, there's 17 negative ones. So if we're not the ones remembering how people really are, it's easy to get swept up into that narrative. And that's our work in consciousness, is to remember this. And when we do, not only to remember it, but to act on it, right? And, I know we all have good intentions, and those are wonderful to have. But if we don't act, right, we can't bring the light into the world. I heard it put this way. I'm going to use the word God. If that's triggering for you, say spirit, replace it with something that works for you. But spirit, God, whatever, higher power, can only do for us what God's Spirit can do through us, right? We're the hands, the feet, and the heart of the divine. So we want to grow more faith in the world. We're the ones that got to do it. We got to be faith activators. So I was thinking that, and that word dropped in, and then all of a sudden the title for the talk came. That's the hardest part for me, by the way, is finding the title. And so the sky opened up, Jacob's ladders came down, angels were singing, and there was the title of the talk. Because the universe is hiring. Right? And the title of this talk is Now Hiring Faith Activation Workers, Inquire Within. Yeah, cool title, huh? And I thought, I'm an HR director. I'm going to write a job title for this job. And so you want to know what it is? A faith activation worker, you want to know what it is? Here's what I came up with. A faith activation worker is someone who inspires the belief in the good that exists within all people and acts in accordance with that belief by doing good. By doing good. And, just like any job, it's got qualifications. Let's see if we're qualified. So let's see if we're qualified. So you got to have the capacity, right, to give unconditional love, support, and kindness to people you do not know. Yeah, to people that you do not know. And that the key word here is capacity. Because we don't want to be pouring from empty cups. We got to start with ourselves. Love, support, kindness. My cup is full. Now I have something to give away in integrity. Because when we're pouring from an empty cup, we're not in integrity. We're giving away something that isn't ours to give because we don't have it. Maya Angelou used to say the famous African proverb, beware of a naked man giving you a shirt. Right? We don't want to be that person. So your qualifications, you need to make sure, am I filled up? Do I have this to give and be in an integrity, right? Because we're all cells in a body called humanity. And if we act out of disintegrity, giving what we don't have to give, then we've just affected us all, and we're out of balance. Yes. So don't give the rent money away, the gas money away, So what are the duties? So there are 3 core duties. First duty is restore faith in the goodness of people by example. By example. I can stand here all day and say people are good. People are good. People are good. People will show up. But until I actually do something, right? Whose love language is acts of service? Anybody? Yeah, me too. Like, you say you love me, that's nice. Now buy me cheesecake, or clean my kitchen, or help me move, then those are all the things that would speak to me. And actions speak louder than words. Second duty is to inspire hope that things will get better. It's so easy to awfulize. Somebody comes and tells you about their diagnosis. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's awful. Oh, what are you going to do, right? No, be that light of hope. Inspire hope, right? What's your vision for feeling better? What's your higher ground? How can I support you? How can I walk with you in this? And notice that the cowboy wasn't interested in getting anything from these people. he had this calm confidence that it's going to get, we'll take care of it, no problem. Okay, shop's closed, no problem. Like, he had that focus on it all getting done and all being taken care of. And then the last duty is to be committed to lavish acts of unconditional kindness. Lavish acts of unconditional kindness. Here's what I believe. That story, by the way, that video, 2 million views. 2 million views. The ripple in the pond of humanity. From how many years ago? And I believe we would not have heard this story if this one thing hadn't happened. And you remember at the end, right, when the mechanic delivers the car, right, he could have just been like, okay, bye-bye now, I got to go get dinner. No, he didn't. He invited him into his house, fed him, gave him a shower. That was the straw that broke the dad down to drop into his heart and to know how people really are. So I invite you, the next time you do a kindness, stretch yourself. How could I do a little more? See what drops in, and then see what unfolds from that. Okay, it's a job. It's got pay and benefits. You want to know the pay and benefits? Absolutely. So I'm reminded, anybody remember Chase What Matters, the Chase card commercials? I think it was, where they'd show like the guy going on the date and he'd buy the $20 for flowers, you know, $80 for concert tickets, $100 for dinner, a kiss at the end of the night, priceless, right? So it's kind of like that with this. Here you get to reduce the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the world. That experience of it within yourself and others. You get to an expanded sense of joy and well-being. And you also get a sense of purpose, meaning as to why you're here. How can we put a dollar amount on joy, well-being, purpose, feeling lighter in the world? Anybody got a dollar amount? Anyone? No, it's priceless. And so if we want to live rich lives, this is part of the walk. You know, there's a reason that people with a lot of money have foundations and give it away, right? Because they know that that act of giving is a part of a rich, rich life. Now, there are benefits too. Benefits, we like benefits. When you engage in an act of kindness or giving, you actually increase more oxytocin, the love chemical neurotransmitter, right? Also, you reduce, by an act of kindness, you reduce pain and depression. So you have a backache or you're depressed, go find somebody to help. Go buy a meal. Find someone who's unhoused. Just give it to them, right? You're going to feel better. Lowers blood pressure. I need that one. I'm going to be doing a lot of acts of kindness. Wouldn't it be great, instead of the doctor goes, okay, here's your prescription, 1 act of kindness a day. There you go. Blood pressure is going to go down. Good job. Also alleviates anxiety. You know, the University of British Columbia did a study, and they took a group of highly anxious people, and they said, we want you to do 6 acts of kindness per week. 6 acts, so almost 1 a day, get 1 day off. And after a month, they came back and they tested them again, and they found out that their mood had increased significantly, that their experience and their satisfaction of relationships had increased, and that their social avoidance had went down, right? Benefits, priceless pay and benefits for showing up and caring and loving people. So who's in? Who wants to be a faith activation worker? Let's do this. We can do. Could you imagine every one of us? Look at this. We got 30 people in the room, and the ripples in the pond, and then how that gets handed off to the next person. Oh, they were kind. I remember I saw something, that was probably TikTok, and probably, where somebody at a drive-in coffee shop had bought the coffee for the person behind, and what he had found out later is that went on for 6 hours. People kept doing it for the next person and the next person and the next person, right? Again, we're the hands, the feet, the heart. This is how we start creating more space and kindness in the world. So now that I know that you want to apply, You must now inquire within. Or there's somebody calling to apply right now. Oh, it's fine. So when we see an opportunity to help, we need to inquire within. We need to go within and first start with, what is our intention? What is our intention? Because I don't know about you, but I'm a saver. We got any savers? I got to save. I got to do it. I got to save the dog that's running down the street in the freeway. I actually broke my thumb once trying to save a dog. But that consciousness, what I've learned over time, is too much of that. I've got to save because something's going wrong and there's nothing there for that person or that animal, whatever, is a belief system that's not true. It's not in alignment with spiritual principle. That every one of us is in a field of grace and love and power and wholeness and wisdom. And we're supported right where we are. So go within. See, am I saving? Am I believing that I'm the only one, that something bad's going to happen? We don't want to come from that energy. And we don't want to look at this person as helpless either. You know, if we're extending $5 to a person that's unhoused out the window, going, oh, you poor thing, and oh, you have it so bad, we've just invested the currency of money into more poor thing and more ain't it so bad. When I extend that money, I see a divine emanation of the Most High who's on the perfect journey for their soul's unfoldment, and that the power and the grace they need is right where they're at. And here's a little piece of it. Feel the difference in energy as I describe those two? So important we understand before we start giving or rescuing or doing what we're doing, that we go within. Because here's where I've gotten to with this, being a professional saver. Seeing the dog on the freeway. I ask this question: is this mine to do? And if it's yours, you'll feel a expanded yes, because you know what yes feels like. And if it's not, you'll feel like a calm or a no. So go within before you start acting, and be in clear mind where you're giving or helping from. That is so, so powerful. So now you know the job description, you know the qualifications, you know the duties, you know the pay and benefits, and now you know to inquire within. So I'm just going to invite everyone right now to drop into your heart space. And I want you to think about this question. What is mine to do? What has been calling at my heart? Maybe you have a neighbor, you see nobody ever visits this person, nobody ever talks to them. Maybe a little something came in one day, you should go over there, say hello. Maybe that's yours to do. Or maybe you have a coworker, nobody ever talks to this person, and you feel the pull to say good morning. Or maybe you have a friend in need that popped into your mind, who's a little short on money. Maybe send them a check from out of the blue. Or maybe you're in love with the spiritual community and you want to support some part of it. Maybe you want to fund children's church. Maybe that's what you're being called to do. Or maybe you're really good at baking cookies and you want to bring some cookies here to Amani Center on a Sunday service and spread love from your gift. Whatever it is, I want you to consider yourself hired. And I want you to envision giving lavishly to that call. And what I know is when we seal this intention in our heart, you must do it. Your spirit will keep nudging you until you do it. So you've got your divine assignment. Yes? Yes. Wonderful. So come back into the room. So I'm going to close with a little story, because that's what I like to do. And here's what I've noticed about these divine assignments, we'll call them, these things that are ours to do. They happen on God's time, not our time. And I had this experience about 3 weeks ago I was approaching my car, and I went to get my car, and I had seen this young black man with big baggy pants, white shirt, dreadlocks. He had the bull's hat, was kind of sideways, and he was just kind of just wandering, right? And I get in my car, and I'm ready, I'm on schedule to be on time at work, because I like my mornings sometimes, sneaking in the extra 5 minutes, right? But I was going to be on time today, right? So he comes up to my window, and I'm like, oh man, I don't have any change. Why is he there, right? Ever do that? So I roll down the window, and he asked me, he goes, do you have a cigarette? And I said, oh no, I don't smoke. And I looked into his eyes, and I could see tears in his eyes. And he walked away, and I'm sitting there in my car. Devil's going, you need to just go to work, go, go, go. The angel's like, you can't leave him like that. So I'm like, okay, I know. I'm gonna get out of the car. So I get out of the car. I come up to him. I go, man, I can't leave you like this. What's going on? Oh man, my papa just died, and he always had my back, and he was the only one that got me. And he like hit his chest, and more tears would fall out. And I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. And then we walked and we talked, and I asked him where he was from. He was from Mississippi. He was out here to get a job, and he was living with his girlfriend, and then we sat by the mailroom. Oh, this took about 20 minutes. Tears dried up. We're laughing a little bit. And he looks at me and goes, thank you. Thank you so much. And gratitude was pouring out of his eyeballs. He says, man, I got to go back to my girlfriend, but thank you. And he gives me like the man hug. You hold the hand and you do the, so appreciate you. Thank you. I was 20 minutes late to work, but the best reason ever. And who knows? Maybe someday, when that young man grows up and he's about the age of this man, Neil, maybe he does a TikTok video. And he says, one day I was walking through the parking lot, wearing my baggy jeans and my dreadlocks. This white guy just got out of his car and he talked to me. And he held me. And he shared the love. And it made a difference. And maybe that video gets 2 million. Who knows where it goes? Who knows where your act of kindness will ripple in the world? But what I do know is when we keep the faith and we give it away, it changes the world. Thank you so much. Blessed be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And do the joyous time of giving. And so today we're going to be passing the basket. So as you pass it through to each other, just give it a special blessing, knowing that it grows and expands and also blesses your life and the Amani Center. It's because of each one of you that our doors are open. So Kathy, would you come up and do a treatment for us?
It's now the joyous time of giving. So what does that mean to you? It's a way to participate in the law of attraction. Because as you give, so you receive. And here at Amani, we believe in this law of attraction. And we are so, so grateful for it. Give what you can. Don't give away your rent check. And thank you, thank you. And I am going to walk over here slowly. Thank you. It is with great, great heart-filled gratitude that I accept these tithes and offerings from each and every one of you, knowing that we have participated in the law of prosperity, the law of abundance, the law of attraction. And we here at Amani are so eternally grateful that these ties allow us to keep the doors open and to serve with a smile, bringing great messages, bringing great hope, inspiration, and wonderful love. And so I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is so. And together we say, and so it is. And another song from Ascension.
This is a call and response, so repeat after us, please. I am longing to see your face. I am longing to see your face. I am longing to know your name. I am longing to know your name. I am kneeling to kiss the ground. I am kneeling to kiss the ground. I am singing a joyous sound. I am singing a joyous sound. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Amen. I am tasting your mercy sweet. I am tasting your mercy sweet. I am dancing with Sufi feet. I am dancing with Sufi feet. I am rising like fire and sun. I am rising like fire and sun. I am praising the Holy One. I am praising the Holy One. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Hosanna, Amen. Hosanna, Amen.
I want to thank Mitch so much for your empowering, wonderful, as usual. I used to have a minister that I was trained under that used to say to me, "Oh, how usual." I always get something from you. Thank you. And thank you, Belinda. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see everybody. And so we are filled with gratitude, knowing that the one mind, the one heart, expresses in, as, and through each and every one of us, expressing the love, expressing the hope, the inspiration, the knowingness that all things are possible if you believe. And so I release my word into the universal law, knowing it is done. It is so. And together we say, and so it is. Now we're going to do Ascension. The presence is here.
The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail else is here, and I will meet you in grace, and I will meet you in grace.
As we go forward today in our lives, take this with you. It's from A Course in Miracles and the Path of Self-Realization. Have me go where you would have me go. Have me do what you would have me do. Have me say what you would have me say, and to whom. For I am thine. Be thou infinitely mine. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this beautiful Sunday.